Looking to find harmony and work-life balance? Join Coach AnnaJo as she shares practical strategies, empowering mindsets, and inspiring stories to live the life you want to lead on AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses. Now, here's your host, Coach AnnaJo.
Welcome everyone to another episode of AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses. I'm Coach AnnaJo and I'm here to challenge the myth of balance and find real harmony in modern life. Get ready for that moment that will inspire you to take action and live life on your own terms. I'm your host, Coach AnnaJo, and let's dive in. Hello everyone. Hello to my badass friends. How are you? I hope you are inspired because this is the last episode of the year of 2024. All right. So, and I was thinking about to bring something that it's about like the transition of a year, right? It's this milestone. We create these. I know we can do this whatever the time of the year, but this is a special one. I think there's a focus, right? There's an attention, there's something there, and why not taking advantage of that? So today is about vision boards. All right, let's go. Let's build a vision board for badasses. All right, let's call like that. And actually, the vision board was one of the first tools I started to share as a tool adopted by me because I'm not a creator of vision board at all. But I started to share more and doing masterclasses and share with my clients and share even in the corporate. I was in the corporate. I was doing like vision boards there, even for the business. Can you believe it? Because it was an ideation session and bringing the vision boards, something like that. It was very fun. So I'm a really advocate and a fan of vision boards. But also I think it went to the other side, where there is like the vision boards are overrated in terms of this is the goal setting, and it is not. In the way I build the vision boards, and I build every year a vision board for myself and for my family. I explain this in a bit. So, but I believe that vision board is more about aspiration. This is a manifestation. It's a daring to put out there some things that you may have on your mind, on your heart, on your soul for your life. And you're like, I wanted something like that. Why not? Let me start to think about that. So I think it's very interesting to put images, right? So have visuals for the things that you want. And for me, works if it's actually real, right? So real means what? Means because it's a possibility. But real means I can articulate. All right. So that's what it is. I can articulate in a way that I want to do something like that. And also what happens is that something in the vision board perhaps stays in my vision board for years. All right. That happened. That happened to me. I'm going to explain all that. But this is also something that, so the aspiration perhaps is not happening next year, but because you are manifesting, but because you are thinking about that, because you put some time to reflect. So what happened is that you are kind of like, why not this here? Why I'm doing this, and this could help. And you started to build a plan. And actually for me happened, like, I'm going to just share this with this podcast, right? So this podcast, it was in my vision board since 2021. I think it was 2021. So, and it happened on 2024, right? So, and it was build up, right? So the possibility, I didn't know it was a podcast, but it was interesting to share, like, and the things I want to say because I had a blog. So see, those type of things started to build some momentum for you. So that's where it comes the reality, right? So it's kind of be real. I want to have a podcast and it's there, right? So, for me, it's not about goals, it's about possibilities, and I call it aspirations. But it has to be something that you can articulate. I don't know if it makes sense, but we'll get there. So, but the other thing is that vision boards, put me off. It needs a lot of materials, and like it is fun, like the cutting part, the crafting, and looking after the images. It's fun. And again, I use it for my family. So we have a tradition that I share with you in a bit, that we do all that. But the thing is, for me, so myself, it put me like off because I what was important was the reflection, right? What was important was the reflection I was making and the possibilities and really be focused on the thoughts that I was having. That what is holding me back? Why not? What's why I'm saying no way? What I'm saying, oh, this is easy. I don't know, like whatever the thoughts were coming up, I'm paying attention. And perhaps now I, like along the year, I was like, okay, this is something for my vision board. Oh, this is a vision board thing. So I already have my activation in my brain for what is a vision board thing that I want, yes or no. So I also have that part as well trained. That is easier for me now to do a vision board. So now I take like less than an hour to do my personal vision board. So, but this is also a way for us to practice the open up of the possibilities and open up like what else do I want in my next chapter, for instance. All right, so also that is an important part of the vision board. So getting on the let me see on I would say these words, so but with respect, on stuck on the magazines and stuck on the craft part for me was holding me back. So when I learned about Canva, I have a template in Canva that I'm sharing since 2021. So it started to be so easy because it is my pictures, and then I have pictures that can I look up on. Even in Canva I have pictures like the stock type of pictures, they have that, or just words, whatever, but reflects what I'm thinking. So really the focus is about the possibilities, what I call aspirations for me, next year, next venture, next step. And that is something that is what is the inspiration for a vision board. So this is what I'm going actually share this here with you at this podcast, because this podcast could be almost like a masterclass, right? So I'm going to give you the resources as well on show notes for the I created the link for Canva template for you for the vision board for you to download so you have it your own version. And as well, actually, I did the last masterclass I did, it was for 2022. All right. So, and I cut it like at the 10-15 minutes. So to explain and how to do it. So I share this as well here with you. So you'll have everything to do by yourself using my model. So I create a model, which is the 4-quadrant model vision board, which is easy. It's a powerful, it's very tangible to do it. It's a self-reflection for you. And it's a badass vision board, all right? So this 4-quadrant model of the vision board that I'm sharing here today in this episode is a badass vision board, okay? So it's for you, right? So let's get into that. So I will explain, so these 4 quadrants and how to do it, and then a 4-step to really build the vision board. So this is how it is going to be the episode. But I want to share something which is about like the craft. It was something that was holding me back. But I want to share here something that I have, I means we in my family. And since COVID, so since 2020, right? It actually was when I started to be introduced to do the vision board, the real ones, and real being intentional with my goals, with my dreams, right? So it was starting from that year. So we started a new tradition. So we are a family of 4. And in that time, because COVID, we couldn't travel. So we're a family, a Portuguese family. So all our family is in Portugal. And until then, we were traveling all the time. So every holiday season, we go to spend the time in Lisbon with our family, right? So with our extended family. So this is all the time. So happen without exception until COVID. COVID hit, so we couldn't travel, so we stay at home. And since then, we now decided to stay at home, right? So spending the holiday season, because it's confusing. And we learned through COVID that actually, which is a good thing, spending our time with our families in a different season. So it's a choice, it's a decision. But the fact that we are at home, right, with the family of 4, we decided to create new how we call it, like new traditions. And one of the traditions of the New Year's Eve is to do a family vision board. And because it's a family vision board, and at that time my daughter was 2 or 3 years old, And my son, 17 now, like in that time was like 12, right? 12, 13, something like that. Okay, you got it. And so we did a craft. So we have like a real thing to do. So we do like a sharing in in the previous day, like you're thinking about what you want, what you not want, what are the things that you. So we have these conversations during the week prior to the New Year's Eve. That's one, and then the second we do like we go all to Barnes and Nobles. We each of us, so we are four, buy two magazines. I'm telling you, it's so expensive. You know that one magazine is more expensive than a book. Okay, just you to know. Like, okay, so we have a budget. So the budget is like more than $100, seriously. But because it's two magazines per person, so we are four. We buy it, so we spend a lot of time choosing, like already in the Barnes and Nobles, wondering what do I want, not I want. So, but we already had that conversation, right? And then we have the magazines and we have the crafts. So I buy in Walmart these big boards, right? So, and then it's a party, a family vision board party on New Year's Eve. So we have this tradition and it's fun because now I have different vision boards from since I think it's 2021, the first one. So we have like, 2020. So we have these different vision boards and it's like already like something that is expected. So my daughter is now 6. She's like, I know already what I'm going to put in my vision board, in my part. And it's a dog. And the dog is there for, this is going to be the third vision boards. She has a dog there because we don't have a dog. We are kind of holding that back. But she's being so persistent that has to happen, right? So, all right, it is. Okay, hold there. So, but the thing is that we do that as a party and we really do enjoy and we color and we do the stuff and it's really, really pretty. And actually it's behind me. Then it stays here in my office, the vision board. So I'm very proud because every day I look at there and we always have during the year conversations about the things that we put there. And actually on the New Year's Eve, we also build a conversation of the things that what does that mean for us when we are putting the glue on the images and just drop there like on the board, right? And what had happened. So we have real conversations. So it's a full late afternoon until dinner that we do that vision board in family. So just you to know, like actually we have this vision board party at home with the family, which is so much fun. And I don't know how long we'll continue because I have a teenager and I believe that like perhaps you won't be keeping like doing the Christmas now the New Year's Eve with us so long, right? I can imagine, but perhaps we can do this in different days or something like it is our vision board for the year, and keeping this as something that is memorable for my children, for us, for me it is so. It gives me so much joy and looking to my children and talking about dreams and talking about aspirations and I don't know. I started to get emotional only thinking about that because it's how it starts, right? So, and here I am, like I want to share with you the passion about vision boards, true, but I want to give you a very simple and tactical tool. And as a badass to from badass to badass, I'm giving you the vision boards for badasses. Okay, this is I called right now, but it's the 4-quadrant model. Okay, and I'm going to share this with you. What does that look like? So what are the 4-quadrant models? Actually, these quadrant models, it was for me to organize my thoughts when I was looking at the aspirations. To it's really a way for me that I found very useful to organize my mind and my thoughts. Okay, that's what it is. You can choose different ones, but these work for me, and I'm keeping these because now it's so easy for me to do this, right? So, and it has the 4 quadrants. It's I the 4 quadrants that I first even thinking about images, whatever. There is a page where you per quadrant you define as a categorization of the aspirations, the goals, the want, right? You are thinking for yourself, what you want to achieve. All right. Okay. So no judgment. No, 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 no thinking, oh, I can't even think about that. No, 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 no. Here is like the freedom to think and to imagine and to go look after for something inspirational and aspirational. All right. So the first one is self. So, and the first one is the self, is goals, in dreams, aspirations that you have only for yourself. All right. And could be your health, your your mindset, your self-care, your personal growth. I don't know, like I remember one of the first images I had, it was me meditating. All right. So I was like, I would like to meditate. I remember as well having, I want to run a marathon, right? I didn't run a marathon, but I ran already some half marathons. And I remember having, let me think, I have like last year I had, I want to have a healthy breakfast. And I put like a yogurt, and I did change. Actually, I did change because I'm Portuguese. And as a good Portuguese, I eat bread and butter and a latte. Okay, I kept the latte, but now I have Greek yogurt with the peanut butter and honey. So things are changing, actually do change, right? So things like that can be on your vision board for yourself, right? So, okay. So, and for instance, this year I have already, I want to be like a six-pack lady, right? So like a six-pack lady means what? Means that I need to do a lot of conditioning. So this is one of the focus I want to do for myself in terms of a workout. It's focused more on the conditioning. So why not to achieve a six-pack? Why not? Why not? If I achieve a six-pack, perhaps then I share with you the picture. But right now it's like something that is in my mind, and that means beyond like a six-pack. Six-pack means much more, right? It means that I'm in my 40s, I want to be healthy, I want to be high energy, I want to be so much things. And I know conditioning and core and do all about the condition, right? So it's like it's important for me to focus on, right? So also get like a more balanced diet with more protein. So those are type of things that I'm looking at, so I can go through like, you know, like the aging, because I know like, oh my God, it's kind of it's hard to me, like I'm 40s and I'm thinking about that, but that's the truth, right? So I want to be a healthy and a high energy person and have so much dream, so I need to take care of myself, and that's a sign for me that I'm taking care of myself. So I put myself there with a six-pack, so see what does that mean, and then I describe what does that mean. So things like that are things that it's a self. um like for instance, I put like normally choose, okay, so for each quadrant, think about 3 to 5. Okay, so all right, so think to 3 to 5. Okay, those are your aspirations per quadrant. I'm going to step by step on how to create, but it's easier perhaps me to talk through about each quadrant and giving examples, and think about like if you are already listening to this and like, this 1 2 3 4, like think about the number for each quadrant will be between 3 to 5, will be a good number, okay, of aspirations. I'm calling aspirations, not goals. Could be a goal as well. If you have a specific goal, put it there, it's fine. You know, and especially for me, I'm going to repeat some of the aspirations I had in the past, and now are goals, okay? So, and things like that. So as well, as well something that it's important to have there. All right. So okay. So then the second quadrant is home. I called home for me, and at that time is family, but not only family. It's your place. It's your place. It's the immediate environment and surroundings, right? So it's like your family at your home, and think through about like what does that look like for you. So for instance, I had last year, and I'm going to keep this year, so you know that I want to have like a white and cozy kitchen. All right. So it's something that, because I spent a lot of time in my kitchen, and what doing, right? Yes. I spent, actually, it's because it's bright. It's actually a nice place to be, but it's also a place that I'm with my daughter after school while I'm making the dinner. She's doing her homework. So I want that place to be like cozy, right? So, and this looks like an aspiration. No, on the other way, it doesn't look like an aspiration. It looks like it's very tangible, and it is, and could be these type of things that you can have there. But look, this for me was in my aspirations last year, and is a keep this year as well. So I want to do that. Have a place that I feel well, I feel good, right? So, and the other one is I want to do like some road trips, and it's something that I do every year. I know, but it's a keep as well. So I want to keep doing more road trips with my children and my family, my husband. It's so much fun doing those road trips. And as well, would like to have vacation with my family. So, and these vacations is a family vacation. I would like to have, so we're planning a family vacation. So this year. So funny enough, talking about traveling, because traveling normally comes here because if it's your family, if it's with your family, but I have a travel that I have in the quadrant of the self. All right. So see, just you to see the difference. So the self, I have a travel that I'm planning or I'm want to have for next year, and it's a very tangible thing. So it's going to be a planned thing. I know. So it's not an aspiration, but it's something that I really want to plan. But it's a self, and because it's a self, it needs some organization. I need some more planning. It's a trip to my hometown. It's a trip to Lisbon. I want to have a self solo and visit my friends, visit my family, my parents by myself this year. So that's something that is on the self. So I want to have the time off, could be combined with some work. So I'm expecting to have some work, but it's myself. It's a self trip. So see, so there's a home, but perhaps you go to Portugal. We didn't decide it yet. We have two places to go, and one of them perhaps is Portugal. But I actually didn't want to go all the family to uh, to home, like to home means to hometown, to Lisbon. We are thinking to do something more, the four of us in a place, in a beach, like perhaps to go to the Caribbean islands is something that is more on the board where we want to go. But the thing is, it's out there, it's not planned yet, but it's a family trip, right? It's a family vacations, okay? So this is something that is under your disease. I'm sharing mine, right? So on this quadrant, what does it look like home? So it's the direct family, but it's actually as well your immediate environment, right? And that's why I want to renovate my kitchen, right? I want that to be white and cozy as well, things like that. All right. So the third quadrant is work. And this is where it's your career, right? And I think actually it's easier for us to build up on these quadrant, and like here you can like financial goals if it's your work, okay? So the work part, because I don't know, like if it's savings, like if you like a self or the family, so you put in a different quadrant. So see, depends where it is. But regarding to work, so it's your growth, your promotions, and look, and sometimes a career change. All right, so I want a career move, even if you don't know what that look like. Is I want a career move, and it will be like career move could be the award career move, or discover my next step, something like that. That could be in your vision board, because it reminds you that you are in a journey to find what's your passion, right? So it's like, where does my next chapter look like? And that at work, from work, it's my career. Let me find out what does it look like. So if it's really what kind of comes to your mind, so you put there. So if you kind of imagine something that you are this executive in the tech world, and what you want is to be a blogger, travel blogger, and you're like, oh my God, how can I do this? It would never happen. So, but you dare to do this, like someone like with a laptop in the middle of, like the Bahamas. I don't know, like something like that. So you can be like imagining yourself being a traveler a blood traveler. All right. So something like that. And then the fourth quadrant is community. And here, community is focused on relationships, connections, giving back. It could be your family, but extended family, right? So extended family. And examples like these would be volunteering, joining supportive groups, what type of masterminds, for instance, like if it's not really there's a fine thing regarding to work, and here, for instance, the masterminds sometimes is linked to work, but it's for yourself, right? For your own growth and or just how you give back as well. So think about like, look, when I'm always saying that you define your own boundaries. And actually, there was one time I was doing this presentation, and there was someone like, where to put my spirituality? It's so important. And actually, something that you can do is self. The spirituality that is important, and you want to aspire a certain level of spirituality and invest more on something that it's important for you, you actually put on the self. And if it's something that it's defined, right, in terms of spirituality, but you want to embark more on giving back and do a mission, or become like a member, an active member of a group for your local church or something, that's community. So see, this is how I would define. But look, also don't bother like, oh, this and that. This is a structure that I develop along these years that helps to kind of categorize my thoughts and my aspirations. But look, if it doesn't work for you, it's fine. It's just get started. Get started, because that's what is it is important. All right, so hopefully this is kind of like understand the four quadrants of these vision board for badasses. So self, to everything about yourself and only yourself. All right. Home, which is the family and your home, really. 3, work, your career, your business. 4, community. So your giving back. So your supportive group, volunteering, anything that it's going like beyond yourself, your family. Okay, those are the 4 quadrants. For each one, you're going to pick between 3 to 5, no more than that. Because otherwise, imagine 5 times 4, you're going to be a lot. You're going to be 20. Like, as for it's fine. It's fine. But it's a lot. It's a lot. I think it's a lot, right? So some parts that perhaps you have 5 on the self, and perhaps you have 3 on the community, or, perhaps you can think also like, this is the year to focus on myself. And it's fine as well. Honestly, this is yours. This is yours. Use it just as a structure to get started. Okay? Really. Then this is very agile, means it's flexible in terms of changes and your changes, and take it like whatever the quadrants and use it as your own discretion. Okay? You have my permission. You are a badass, all right? So think about that. So now I would like to give you the steps to create your vision board. Okay, so I defined 4 steps, which are the very easy ones. So the first one is actually write it down. So when you download this template, is a Canva template. So there's the first template is actually to write it down. And honestly, I write it as a notebook. So either I print it out, or I write it down through my notebook. And I've been like collecting things on on my notes on my phone as well. Oh, think about that, think about that. So actually, it's kind of more as like a gathering of my thoughts along the year, because I am always thinking about that. So I have this in my office, right? I have my vision boards in my office every day. I look at them. So, but it's defining your aspirations / goals, dreams, things that you want. All right. And get this number between 3 to 5, no more than 5. Normally I do 3 per quadrant. And there's something here. No judgment, please. And if you think there's a filter of judgment for you to move on for a thought that you may have, can I ask you to be curious? Why you believe you are judging that? Why are you thinking, oh, that's impossible? Okay, why? Just be curious and open up the opportunity to actually think this is a vision board. This is not about achieving, it's not a goal setting. This is a vision board. So why not have something that you are going to say, this is crazy. I know, it's fine. Listen to me. It's okay if you say it's crazy. Okay? It's actually be bold. You're going to be a badass vision board. If you have something there, you're going to say, I'm crazy. I know. Okay, I know. Get there. So that's the first one. So write it down. I think this is the part where actually spends half of the time, and perhaps if you've never done these before, perhaps you will take more than an hour. That I'm saying that you will take from end to end to do all the vision board, the badass vision board. But perhaps it's worth it, and perhaps take like 1 or 2 days just to collect your ideas of aspirations, be curious about, or your judgment, like thoughts that are no way, right? So why are you thinking about that? Take some time on that, and dare to write it down. Okay, dare to write it down. All right, be the open mind of a badass. Okay, yes. And then what I normally say, like, look at the trend of those thoughts. So after you do that, the step number 2 is it's good to have like an overarching theme of your year. So like, what's the word? If you need to identify your next year, what is the word? All right. So the words that your word of the year. And that's so interesting to say, because then you start to be intentional. I'm going to be, I'm going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, and that actually it stays there in your mind. It's kind of planting a seed of something that you want to achieve or you want to become. And it's like it has an effect. I don't know, like since I started to have word of the years, like sometimes there was one year I changed, but the change was actually the year from last year, for the word of the year from last year. No, 2024 change was my word, because there was a lot of change coming, right? And it was amazing. It was amazing change. But the thing is coming here like, oh, this is the year of change. This is the year of change. This is the year of change. So next year, look at your aspirations and see what's the trend, what's coming, right? So for instance, I didn't decide it yet if it will be bold, like being bold, or would be consolidation of the changes I had. I don't know. Like I'm still thinking through what comes up. So I had planned to do actually this weekend, the weekend just before I'm recording this podcast is when I have like I put 2 hour block to do my vision board, my own. I normally do before the end of the year to be ready for the family vision board, right, with the craft thing. So that's why yeah, so let it go and test it out and see what it comes up. And also you can change after. All right, so don't stay, oh, I want these and leave that, because that's what happened to me. Looks like then I choose one and it has to be that one, even if it doesn't resonate all through the year. So it's fine, right? It's one word that resonates right now and you are thinking through, but that can change. And actually sometimes talking and like and be open to other thoughts comes up other things that then it makes sense, and it's fine. It's fine. But right now, choose one word that makes sense for you and inspire you. Get like feel, pay attention to the vibration from your body, like you're feeling, oh, yes. For instance, consolidation is not bringing me that excitement, but that's what it is. I want this be the year of consolidation of the change I made last year 2024. So I was like, okay, so what's the words that are around consolidation that are bold as well, so those are the things that you can look at, and that's actually is very fun exercise. Okay, so then number 3 is when you open your Canva tool, and please download the Canva tool. And why the Canva tool is very useful, you don't need to follow the tool I'm giving you access. You can do yourself, but for me, this Canva tool has already the 4 quadrants. So the self, the home, the work, and the community. And has already like I plugged there the pictures, 3 pictures in each quadrant. So for me, it's like almost a drop drag and drop pictures, like from the Canva pictures that they have, or my pictures, my self pictures, right? And drop there. So it's very easy and convenient. And then I write my word of the year, which is in the center, and then it's completed. It's simple as that. See, the work before is the one that actually, it takes a bit longer, the reflection. Then the doing it and the designing and following this template is so easy to do it, and it's straightforward. All right. The last step number 4. Okay, it's a vision board. You did it. You are the kind of like, now I have my vision board. So it's time to print it. Okay, print it and post it, like put in a wall that you can see every day. All right, that's a rule. That's a rule. So yes, what I do, I have like this frame, and then I have here in my office, and actually I look at it like, seriously, I have this, and I remember like looking at I remember like the 2021 is like doing a marathon. It's like, It's like, no. It's like, what? It was like, how can I do this? Because I was like, for me, it was impossible. Um, and even like I want to be a speaker. I'm like, how do I do this? This is impossible, right? So now I want to have a certain level of income of being a speaker. So it's like, it's good actually to be there and remember the thoughts you had 4 years ago, because now is, what's the level up? What's the next level? So see, that's amazing, because really, again, living in the game. You can see living in the game. The same, the podcast. It was there in my vision board for 3 years, and now I have a podcast. Now it's a level up. What's the level up, right? So it's amazing to see the progress you make even through the vision board, and how the things really, take shape, like when make it happen, right? So because that's it's you who make it happen. So, but the thing is, print it out and post, like put in a place that is visible for you. Okay, it's not here the step number 5, but if I can share, because you're badass, have fun. All right, really have fun doing this, because shaping and imagining and aspiring for our future, there's no best thing in the world to do it, because the possibilities are there for you. You are a badass. They are there for you. The only thing is, first articulate and make space on your life to visualize it, and dare really to look after what else is out there for me. And this is a fun exercise. All right. So now it's your turn. Download here the template, the 4-quadrant model for this vision board for badasses. And I would love you to share, if you are able to, like on Instagram, on AnnaJoTalks, and you tag me if you're posting your stories or something, or just, like leave a review on this podcast episode and say, I did it. I would love to hear if it was useful for you. And if you think it was useful, don't forget as well to share this episode with your friend, your badass friends who also need to do a vision board for badasses. All right. Thank you for tuning in to AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses. I hope today's episode has inspired you to live life on your own terms. Until next time, remember, you are powerful, you are capable, and you can do hard things. See ya!
You've been listening to AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses, with your host, Coach AnnaJo. To learn more about Coach AnnaJo, her blogs, and her coaching programs on how to achieve the work-life harmony you deserve, head on over to AnnaJoTalks.com. Make sure to follow Coach AnnaJo at Coach AnnaJo on all social media platforms. And don't forget to subscribe and listen to all of the AnnaJoTalks episodes on Apple, Google, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses was produced by Thrive Loud Productions. Thanks for listening.